Yo, Dark Armed at 2. We out here playing TeleDAD. Alright, he's gonna go for that superior Dora. Alright, looks like we're gonna be facing off against Dora the Explorer. Turn 1. We've got that Young Armageddon Knight. We got Allure of Darkness. The question is, do we allure the Dark Armed or not? Because I kind of don't want to. But at the same time, wait. Maybe it's not actually Dora turn 1. Who am I kidding? This deck only goes for a turn 1. And there it is. Alright, so he'll go for a Dora turn 1. Which I gotta reread that effect. I think it makes the card immune to effects except for its own, right? Target one face-up monster that target is unaffected by card effects except for its own until the end of this turn. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what he's playing. He's going to get bodied anyways. Wow, alright. Stratos Vion. Oh, that is so great. Yo, we're hitting up with that lure. Get rid of that Ferris, or not Ferris, Vion. We don't play Ferris in here. This is TeleDAD, alright? We got another one of these? Dude, I'm going to draw to Dark Arm and be really disappointed. But I want to sack this guy even harder. Alright, we'll do this. We'll start the Mally play. We'll start off the Mally play. I mean, unless he's got some back row that stops it. Which in case we'll just lure. And this will throw the doubles. And we're surprised with Dark Arm. He'll get rid of Dark Arm. We summon another one. No problems. No problems. Alright. So, how about to summon the wrong card? Alright. So, we're going to go ahead and make Young Assault. So, this is different than, the other hero build. It is still technically a hero build, because honestly, TeleDAD had a lot of heroes. It played D heroes, and we're still playing D heroes. We're playing Plasma. But the card that I do want to add potentially for next turn is Grepher, because there's not really another great target. Plus, if I really need to, I can allure it, but I'm probably not going to because I'm going to allure the Vion. But we can't use the card's effect this turn anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But now let's go ahead and get the last Malio. And that'll still be 1. Oh, urgent schedule. We're summoning. Supposed to summon 1 level 4 and a level 5 Earth Machine Monster in defense mode. Okay, I gotta reread what this does. If during that phase this card is in the graveyard, because sometimes you can target a machine monster except for. Okay, so he gets to add another one. And then they get destroyed. They cannot, but negate their effects and you can't declare attack this turn. Okay. Doesn't really matter. Oh, okay, gotta remember that I can't really make good use of Dark Armed against that. I mean, I technically, eventually we'll make something to deal with this. It depends on when he actually stops me. Alright, but let's go ahead and get started with the Cursed Bamboo Engine. So we're going to go ahead and Cursed Bamboo Sword, then the Fossil, Phoenix Blade, and the Power. So the card we do want to draw. And then, sometimes I like to go with Grepher, but I'm hoping he'll see this card and be like, oh no, we need to get rid of this card ASAP. And so normally you think, oh yo, you're gonna go ahead and make Dark Law. No, dude, we're gonna negate his effect. And then we go to summon Dark Arm. Okay, how many do we have right now? It doesn't matter. It's pretty easy to control how much you have with Phoenix Blade, but it's gonna be our first turn play. And at this point, he's shaking, man. He's shaking. He's like, oh no. Oh no. But it actually needs to get the attack. But he might be thinking, oh, it doesn't have enough attack. We okay. But I don't know. But look how many cards I have in my hand compared to his little wand. Oh, gosh. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit him up with that Young Allure of Darkness. Because we haven't drawn enough cards, guys. Oh, wow. We're getting... Oh, gosh, that's so good. That's so good. Alright. But yeah, let me summon my boy Dark Arm. And then... Oh, gosh, this is so good. We're going to go ahead and summon another one double Dark Arms in 2019 because it's possible. This is good, dude. It's good. Go ahead and banish that. I'm going to pop that. Oh, you wanted to activate an effect? I'm sorry, mate. It's unavailable. Oh, he's gonna pop one of them. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. Appaloosa says no. Okay, hold on. We ain't even getting started. All right. Dark Hermit too. Is it actually good? That's the real question here. But no, this deck is actually really strong. We still have Mass Change. We still have Broken Bamboo Sword. I'll equip that Bamboo Sword to him. We get in Pot of Greed. I don't think this guy's going to be able to come back. He gets to search out like one card. Oh gosh, we have Lightning Storm too? I just wanted to summon 2 Dark Arms. Is it good to summon both of them? Probably not, to be honest. But you know what? We did it anyways, and we can still negate during the end phase his additional search. He would have to get like the next level heart of the cards, clear a board, and deal with... Look, we still got 6 cards, guys. We still have 6 cards. That is dirty. And I'm not going to set anything else. I will, however, check... we have one warrior for the Phoenix Blade. But, I mean, we could have big-eyed him. But I don't think this guy is coming back at all. Because you know what we have next turn, guys? We have Solid Man, Stratos, Search Plasma. Wait, Super Train. What does that card do? This card, no summon, you can target Earth monsters, just summon. Oh, I think he's, oh, special effects for game. Oh, okay, he's trying to utilize that. He's trying to search off that one card, and that card becomes a 1-turn Dora. So, basically, most decks will lose against, let's say, like Appaloosa. You could get Dark Law, which is pretty easy. I'll show you guys some other replays of this deck, but we finally got 2 Dark Armed in the same turn. It's really not that easy to do, but I like it. So he's got Urgent Schedule, okay? But he needs to be able to deal with this board right now. Otherwise, the next turn, it's all over, dude. 2 Dark Arms in 2019. And we did go through the Mallet. We'd have to, like, Reborn to get for some Synchro plays. But you can go for some Synchro plays. It is indeed possible. Oh, okay. So this is something I've seen. The main phase. Okay, you can. Okay, this card does absolutely nothing. So we'll take some damage, no problem. Is that it? Okay, he's just setting a card. It's probably a bluff. Alright, so now he's going to go Railcar. Just to add one. Earth Marshal is special normal 7 damage type. You can special in the card of hand. Okay, and then if this card is detached, it gets to go to the grave. Okay, so we have a lot of cards, obviously. But let's go ahead and go for the big boy play here. Well, that was kind of unfortunate. That was supposed to give me all my plays. We don't have any darks anymore. And then during the phase of this card, in the graveyard, you can target a machine monster and add it to... Okay, so he's going to be able to add another machine monster. I mean, at the end of the day, I just attack this and that's game. Like, that's a... Oh, is that some quick effect? Oh, it negates its effect. GG's. I mean, I guess you can summon that card, but there's really no point. The two daddies came out, and it was GG. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna go ahead and go for this into. We can go into Shadow Mist or Vion. Summoning Shadow Mist right now gets a little bit less value. You get more value out of summoning Shadow Mist out of the deck and then getting its effect basically twice because we're going to make a soul because you have to in order to get the link zones, right? So we're going to go ahead, send Mally to the grave, and basically set up next turn with the Grepher plays, which will open up the doors for a lot more stuff. So we're going to go ahead and activate Soul's effect, and then we're going to go ahead and add Dark Grepher. Dark Grepher. I'm going to go ahead and activate the effect of Mally over here. Good, summon Mally. Then we also have this effect of a soul. We're going to go ahead and go for 4. And then go ahead and go for the Phoenix Blade into the grave, and then one of the Bamboo Swords. And then I usually have to keep the Moon Mirror, because I feel like that card is always live much more often than others. Now, originally the play is to go for Shadow Mist, set the card. You already know the drill on that. But alternatively, you can go for Stratos to search out another card. In fact, We can go for a negate like 3, which is what I actually kind of want to do right now. So let's actually mix it up. Let's go for a different play here. So we're going to go ahead and go for Stratos. And then this will give us our additional search, and we'll also get the bamboo search. And depending on what we RNG into, we can go ahead and make our decision with that. So we're going to go ahead and add the hero. And it's going to go... We can even lock him out. We can completely shut him down by going first turn Plasma. And in some instances, that just wins games already. But I want to go ahead and add the AzneyesWhitedragon. Because depending on what we RNG, we could still go off over here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Golden Bamboo Sword right now. Because this works with this card. This card still actually does count. More likely I will actually send this away, but you never know. Depending on what we draw into, things can change. D-draw! I really wish we added another card. But that's okay. Next turn, guys, as you can see, we're going to be absolutely going off. And I can't just leave my... This guy quit on me! No! Okay, but if we happen to have Plasma, which I was thinking about, we could have went Plasma and then D-draw Plasma away, drew some extra cards. If I was to basically able to summon another monster, I would basically leave Stratos up on the board, and then we'd be able to go into a Polosa and negate 3, or I could go for a negate 4 if I wanted to. But the following turn, okay, is where we really would have actually been able to pop off. But let's go ahead and actually continue on the duels over here. We're going to go ahead and show how strong this deck is. I know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! People would be quitting when you go ahead and make Dark Law. But I didn't even go for Dark Law. I could have, but with the ability of the Bamboo Sword, you have so many Pot of Greeds in this deck. You have basically 2 with the Bamboo Engine. You also have, additionally, the D-draws. There's 3 of that. There's 3 allures. Basically, I allure targets after I've gone through some of the stuff, because you don't actually need to have multiple copies of Vision. Pretty much, you get the effective Vision, you send Mally to the grave. That's all he's really used for. At the end of the day, he's just an Armageddon Knight that is technically searchable. But let's go ahead and hopefully this guy will hit yes. Hit accept, and let's go ahead and go right back in. So we're going to go easy 2-0, and then we'll give you guys deck profile in case you guys do want to play this deck. It's a pretty consistent deck. Oh, we got the Alert Darkness. Should we go for it, boys? The answer is we probably shouldn't, but am I going to do it for entertainment value? You betcha. Okay. And that's what, guys, Heart of the Cards is all about. But anyways, let's go ahead and go for the Solid Man. He's a pretty solid dude. And we're going to be doing kind of like a bread and butter play, but we do have to have Reborn and Kuo for Apollosa also. Oh, almost messed up. We want to definitely go for this play and get that young effect. And hopefully he will not stop that. Okay, and we good. And if he does not stop this, I would say it's like pretty much GG's. It is pretty much GG's indeed. So, I honestly just like to go for Plasma. Because we're going to go for a Soul. And, I mean, this card just, it wins games. And I'm going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Mist option here. So we're going to go ahead and get that effect. Unless, of course, this one is being stopped. Yes, yes. There's 2 parts of the effect. Remember, guys, Stratos is not a once per turn. You can reborn Stratos, you can summon him like 50 different times in the same turn, and he'll still get all the effects. So I'm not sure what hand trap he has if he's like holding out on us over here, but anyways, the card that we want to add to our hand is always going to be Greffer. Greffer. Because Greffer just opens up the doors for so many plays. Now, we can't activate it this turn. If you could activate it this turn, this would actually make this deck even more OP. It is actually still pretty strong. I would honestly say this is a very decent deck. And I know that the turn 1 play is kind of similar to the hero deck that I recently uploaded. But it is definitely different. As we have Dark Arm, we just don't have it. Hopefully we'll draw into it, though, next turn. But we're going to go and special summon Shadow Mist. And then we're going to go and get those effects over here. And the only cards that we really need to keep into the graveyard are going to be the Darks. The darks are the only important ones. I'm really still curious to know what the heck this guy has as a hand trap. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't stop a soul, but sometimes there are other plays that are just unknown. Because we've special summoned, or technically Nibiru, we're at, what, 4 summons, right? And that's why I love this. It gets around Nibiru so easy. So easy. So we're going to go ahead and add the bamboo sword over here. And then, normally what I do like to do is I like to go for this effect because we have currently an earth and a wind. So right now, this is totally acceptable to go for this play, to add it to my hand. But, actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and do that. You want to know why? Because I need to actually set cards. I have too many cards in my hand. When is that ever a problem in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So, okay. Eventually. We're going to be able to get the Mally, and then it'll be dirty. It will be dirty indeed. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and... Sometimes I like to bluff with this card. It is not bad to bluff. Because, like, technically, like, they need a hit mass change, right? That's like, their goal. But I kind of want to activate it so I control no cards. Otherwise, I might run to the situation where I control a card and then I can't use Lightning Storm, which, that's a pretty good card. I'm sure you guys have seen the card before. Italia, I can still set as a bluff. I can prevent myself from getting OTK'd, which is still another option here. Basically, my play will be Dark Law and then some sort of protection. I'm going to set this card. The reason why I want to set it is a legitimate tactic that you do in TeleDAD to prevent yourself from getting OTK'd. And we'll see what he's got. I'm feeling pretty confident with this hand over here. And he's got something that's maybe, it wouldn't be Gizmek. He would have summoned an end phase. I still don't know what this guy's playing, but maybe we'll see. Oh, erratic. Okay. Oh, wait. 71 on the ones for hand at the grave. Oh, okay. So it does have to hit the grave, right? This has to hit the grave. If it's just tributed. I feel like I can just activate this card now. Whoops. I guess it's not letting me activate it. It's fine, whatever. Normal summon success. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and now activate it. Just so, like, they're not in the grave. Sometimes you can use it to dodge. Like, you can use Mass Change to dodge other things. But I'm not sure if I want to let him get this card in the graveyard. Oh, Super Rejuve is indeed activated in response. Okay. Yo, he might be doing some next level stuff. This card is pretty broken. Super Rejuve is only really utilized in crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, he might just only be able to tribute. Because it is also during the end phase, but it's chainable. Is he doing Exodia? I don't think so. But we'll see. We shall see indeed. Okay. Because, wait, do the cards actually have to hit the graveyard? End phase of the turn, this card's activated during 10 months. You discard. Oh, okay. So, completely unnecessary. But, yo, Herbalam, let me get the plays next turn. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the Honest Neos, and we're gonna be able to go for double, maybe triple if we open up really good. Basically, we just need to go ahead and Greffer. I can normal Greffer. I don't need to special him. I'm just gonna normal Greffer. We're gonna send this to the grave. Maybe if I draw Deshrudo or if I draw Plague Spreader, we'll be A-okay. And during, actually, this is the end phase of this turn. Okay, I'm gonna say during the end phase I might need to activate this. I think I just completely destroyed him with Dark Law once again. But the point is that this deck is still really strong. Because even though I'm playing like, what is this? I think I'm playing like almost 60 cards at this point. But like, you go through so many cards so fast, and the deck is really good, honestly. But we'll see what he tries to do here. He might just have to say GG, because he hasn't even gone -1 yet. But I'm curious to see what he goes off with. But yeah, like I said, next turn we've got access to Mally and 1 level 8 Synchro. And I do want to use, if I can, I want to use a Sold as material. for something, which will probably be a Polosa, depending on if we can get it out or not. I'll use, as material, I'll use Greffer and one of the Malleys. We'll go into a Polosa, we'll have 3 negates, we'll have a Dark Law, and then we go ahead and go for Borreload with two extra negates. Okay, let's see what he makes. Okay, so he's going for Heavenly Spheres. Okay. Okay, he probably needs to get rid of this card. Oh, what is that card? Dragon Maid Fluss? Okay, you can discard this card, target one monster, and either graveyard and shuffle it into the deck. Either graveyard and shuffle into the deck. Oh, he has to have none? Oh, so you just... I'm sorry, mate! I'm sorry you don't get that card, though. The real question is, what does he stop with this? The thing is, I could just go Plasma, and then he got nothing. But let's go ahead and... heck, I almost want to special summon this, but I also have to get rid of a Dart. There's really no point in that. We can go ahead and just normal summon this. And then we'll go for the effect. Get rid of Plasma. And then we're just going to go ahead and let us send Mally. And then Mally number 1 over here. And then this is the power of TeleDAD right now. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of a soul because, like I said, we need to have the Link monster in the grave. But we're not going to use Dark Law because Dark Law is absolutely amazing. And then now we can go ahead and go for the other Mally, and then it doesn't really matter. If he negates me, I'm going to negate him back. That's just how it goes. How you do from hand? Okay. And we already know. Yo, Blab, don't leave on me, bro. I feel like he might, but at the same time, like, I'll hope he doesn't. Okay, so we negated that effect, so we can go ahead and get Mally. And then we've got waiting. Oh, that's right. He also gets to summon a card. But whatever effect that has, if it does have an effect, which it can, well, just say no to that, dude. Easy peasy. I'm sorry, man. Double negated. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and E-Tally. And this is basically like... Oh, I didn't even... That's a target? Yo, I didn't even know, dude. That was an accidental, like, main deck. And then now you guys already know who's coming out. It's the Savage Boy. We can go for Ciphering Lord Omega 2. Another great card. Man, we still got the Lightning Storm. We can still go off here. And heck, with Reborn, we go for... We gotta make Stardust Dragon. Does he still have a hand trap? Oh, no! Okay. So, what would have happened right here, guys, is we still had, I believe, 1 Mally, right? So, we would go for a Mally one more time. Summon Mally. Go Reborn. Krebons. Go for Stardust Dragon. Or we could go for... whatever, I forgot whatever level 8 synchros we had. And then I think that would have been it. I mean, it was OTK anyways. It didn't matter. We basically had 3 negates, and this was 4-5, and this is going to give us so much advantage. But you guys can see the deck profile for the deck, guys, and let's go ahead and hop right into it. So, first off, I did want to mention one thing real quick. Dark Arbor, unfortunately, is not really searchable with the exception of Witch of the Black Forest, which is really surprising. However... Witch of the Black Forest got rotted, and you can't utilize it until the end of the turn, so at that point, I don't even want to play. If this card was a warrior, I would consider it, because then it could just be a soul fodder. But, I did want to mention, just because I know someone out there is going to be like, yo, you didn't even play against meta. Dog, I have meta duels, and you know what happens when you make this card with 3 or 4 negates, and then you have this, and you say go ahead, they hit exit right before anything happens, and that's just how Yu-Gi-Oh is, you know, normally. But I did want to mention that there are extension plays that can exist in the deck that can be even nastier than a Apollosa, and on top of that, a Dark Law, which really comes down to being able to activate the 3rd Mally, and or have Reborn or Living Fossil and you can utilize Dark Grepher or technically Armageddon Knight if you happen to be able to use Hero Lives and get your setup with that. You can technically go for a first turn Bow Goddess, Dark Law, and then a level 8 Synchro, which 99% of the time is going to be Savage Dragon. I don't really recommend Stardust Dragon, but it was a very iconic card in TeleDAD. But this is basically your go-to turn 1 play that will be very consistent with this deck. And then you can alternatively make one of these in addition to this play, and maybe one of these, well, I would always go for Savage Dragon, but you can also go for this card if you happen to have the Destrudo instead. But yeah, the deck is really good. It's really fun. It is a 60 card deck because I just wanted to slam so many different cards in here. And also because TeleDAD was a deck at one point it did happen to have Heavy Storm, I decided to put Lightning Storm in here, and I think the deck goes through cards relatively quick. I mean, you technically have to play if you want to go for like double Synchro monsters, which is basically the whole goal of TeleDAD, which is basically you Bally, go for a Synchro, then you can Plague Spreader, or have another E-Tele, but now we only have E-Tele at 1, so you definitely have to make a Soul first, or technically can be another Link monster that has 2 arrows, or you technically this is probably the go-to card. But let's go ahead and go right over the deck profile in case any of you guys do want to go ahead and try it out. If you want to make it a 40 card deck, you could definitely do that as well, but I just decided to play a bunch of cards just because I do like, for example, I want to play the hand traps. I took out Super Poly and Nibiru, although I would probably play those cards. The thing is that if I Nibiru my opponent, what happens is they quit. I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but Yu-Gi-Oh right now, there's just so many people that will quit instantly. And I don't even blame them. It's just because, like, playing and dealing with this turn 1 where it's like, oh, this has 3 negates, this has two more negates, it's a 5 negate, Dark Law, go ahead. And I set that, like, I could set, like, this could technically be another, like, card that negates another ability as well. Like, it's just too much, and I understand. So, like, I don't even blame the people that would leave against, you know, any Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Or, heck, you could even Plasma. This is on win condition when I was playing my regular hero deck. This is just a win condition on its own. But anyways, deck profile for the deck finally. So 1 copy of Plasma, 2 copies of Dark Arm Dragon. This is of course for the new ban list. And we have Aznees, Destrudo, 3 copies of Mally, 1 Thrasher, 3 copies of Stratos, 1 copy of Grepher, 1 copy of Knight, 3 copies of Solid Man, 2 copies of Shadow Mist, 3 copies of Vion, 3 copies of Butterspray, 1 copy of Ash, 1 copy of the Ghost Ogre, and 1 Veil. I like 1/1. Ghost Ogre is actually a target. I didn't even realize that. That's pretty cool. So if you did want to go for like other things technically in the deck, you can have access to other things previously with the Psychic Commander, but I just feel like Psychic Commander it doesn't really have that much use anymore. It can have use if you decide to go ahead and also play an instant fusion target, and then you can go into Nat Beast, which would be 2 other cards out of your extra deck, which honestly you can drop this card and this card because I dropped Super Poly. So there is room here, and in fact, I mean, for the deck profile over here, let's just make that improvement over here. If you want to go for that extra deck spot, feel free to go ahead and swap a few of these cards in and out. It's originally because I was playing Super Poly. Heck, we don't even need this. But Super Poly would be a great side deck, so you can still keep him in your main deck anyways. But anyways, 2 Crebons, 1 copy of Plague, 2 copies of E-Call, 3 copies of Allure, and that's why there's so many cards, because a lot of times you just need that turn 1 like double warrior play for a soul, because you can't really make, again, double synchros or like Dark Law and like other cards if you don't have the zones in the first place, unless your opponent gives you those zones. But yeah, Allure is really great just to cycle those cards and go through things really fast. And then this is literally just for Inspector Board. Plus, it is another target, just so I can have another potential negate with Bow of the Goddess. Then we got the Hero Lives. This is just basically like, well, I mean, if it needs to be a Raigeki, it can be Raigeki. If it needs to be Feather Duster, it's Feather Duster. I like this card going second. Again, I would probably just overall play Nibiru. It does have its uses, and I did have some gameplays. Well, actually, was doing some tag duels. This card's actually really insane in tag duels sometimes. But also Reinforcement Army, D-Draw, even though like we technically can really only use 2 D-Draws, the other card could be discard fodder for whatever card that you want that has like a discard 1 card to activate. But I just think it's just more for consistency, and obviously when you open up Mally and this is like pot of greed basically, and then a lot of times I'm just sending Plasma because sometimes if your opponent, like let's say tributes your Shadow Mist, so you can't even, you know, go right into Dark Law, or they get rid of Dark Law, you don't really need to go for this card. But I feel like this card, it's kind of 50-50 for me. Really, I like Roland so much better because Roland gives Dark Law that boost that you already need. And then on top of that, you're able to search out for the God Phoenix, which this deck is not, because this is TeleDAD, although a lot of times I just would rather play that deck. This is more so a deck that I wanted to kind of recreate because TeleDAD was one of the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh decks of all time. I know there's no Diamond Dude, but Diamond Dude is just outclassed in 2019. If you really wanted to, though, you could probably bump up Thrasher and any of the other cards that you summon on like another card. You can definitely make use of Diamond Dude, but I don't know, I really like Solid Man just because it lets you play a little bit more aggressively. With Stratos, it's just this card, Stratos searches out whatever card you de-draw, or you can go ahead and go for Plasma, and then later when you search the Greffer, you just have like a lot more options. I don't know, I would really recommend it, but it is there just as a heads up. So then playing the Golden Bamboo engine. So my Bamboo engine is a 5-card engine. I'll get to that in the end because I think it'll make more sense. But Foolish is actually really great in the deck. Obviously you have Malicious as a target, but usually it's going to be Plague Spreader Zombie. Really great for just, again, those double synchro plays that you can do in this deck. And then also you have Mally as a target. You happen to have Destrodo, so it's like you'll always have targets for Foolish. Then we have Reborn, 1 mass change, 3 copies of Called, and then we've got the E-Tally. Unfortunately, it's only at 1. Then we have for equips, we're going Power, Moon Mirror, Phoenix Blade, Living Fossil. Then we've got the Broken Bamboo Sword, 2 copies of the Cursed Bamboo Sword, and 2 copies of Golden. Now, Golden will work off of this one. You don't have to actually have this card. I originally thought you did. I don't know why. Reading is hard, man. But as far as our extra deck, we do have 3 extra areas for other cards if you want to go ahead and make suggestions. Honestly, I question Colossal Fighter, but like Colossal Fighter, it can come up. So let's go ahead and add that right now. Oh, if I could spell. I don't even know how to spell Colossal Fighter. Colossal Fighter. This is another excellent card for this deck because you might be able to get a bunch of warriors and it gains a bunch of attack. And then when it goes and gets destroyed by battle, you get to actually bring back another warrior type monster. So you can bring back Stratos and maybe pop a bunch of back row. It's kind of a cool card, honestly. And like at the time, the go-to synchros were like Goyo Guardian, Colossal Fighter, Stardust. These were like the OG, like really good cards, but they've just been outclassed pretty much by most cards. And honestly, I would just go for Savage Dragon 99% of the time when I'm going for level 8 synchro. And then this card technically has a little bit of uses too, so I like this card. Dodges things, nice. Yeah, for the extra deck, I don't know if you know why Starving's here. For Super Poly, like I said, you can still side deck it. I think it's really good to side deck Super Poly anyways if you're playing heroes, or just main deck it, but I felt like it wouldn't have made for good gameplay content, because if my opponent makes a board turn 1 and I activate it, a lot of times they'll quit. I also question running this card, because again, it's the same thing, but a lot of times when you Super Poly, they will quit, whereas this, they'll negate, and then you'll have to get over their monsters anyways, and sometimes they'll stay. So that's at least how I feel about that card. So Dark Law, Thousand Eyes, Savage, Omega, Claws Fighter, Stardust, Dawn Dragster, and then we got number 60. I really like this card. Sometimes instead of going for the Apollousa, or you could make this card, and if you happen to go for like Hero Lives or Living Fossil, you can actually have 2 extra monsters, and you just go right into this card, and you really just try to draw into this card or any of your hand traps. Or Dark Arm Dragon if you want to, go off next turn, and you can just draw it immediately, no waiting. And sometimes also when I happen to have Moon Mirror Shell, I'll just equip it to this card. It's happened like two or three times, I think. I'm time to playing this deck. This card is excellent. Like the only cards that I would say that you can honestly drop out of here, like you could, I'm gonna say I'd never make this card. Like pretty much at the point where a Savage Dragon comes out, it's game over. These 2 cards are important. So you're looking at a lot of extra deck room if you really want to. These are the main cards. I don't really think you need 2 Isoldes. But sometimes it can come up. I just wanted to mention that. But anyways, there's deck profile. Sorry it was a really long video. Actually, I shouldn't say sorry because, YouTube loves those long vids, boys. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new here, or if you want to make any suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. But if you're new here, you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell, and you'll definitely see more. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.